What's up, guys? It's your boy Danny Valencia, aka Bearded Banker, NMLS number 957014, back with another video. And today we're going to talk about refinancing, but in particular for the people that are on the fence with refinancing and don't think that the savings, though minimal, is worth the stress and cost of doing a refinance. So every day I talk to people, especially in this market with low rates, who are interested in refinancing, but when we actually break down the numbers and see they're only saving maybe $100, $200 a month, it's just not enough for them to pull the trigger, especially considering closing costs, maybe $3,000 or $4,000. You know, it just doesn't seem like it makes sense. So what you have to do, and what I do, and if you're a loan officer who deals with this daily, what you have to do for your clients is reframe their perspective. And if you're this person considering refinancing, you have to reframe your perspective. So yeah, $100 a month isn't much. $1,200 a year, your closing costs might be 3 or 4 times that, and it just doesn't make sense for you at this time. Now, if you think you're going to be moving out of this house in the next couple of years, then definitely it's probably not worth the refinance. But if you're going to be in this mortgage, you've already been in it a little while. You know, I deal with people mostly in my age range. I'm almost in my mid-30s. I'll be 35 in September. I deal with people in their mid to late 20s, all the way up until their early 40s, most of my clients. First or second time home buyers. So in that case, you know, they're not going to retire for 20, 30, sometimes 40 years for my young people. And that $100 that they could be saving could be huge when you consider if they handled their money the right way and invested in a 401k, IRA, index fund, mutual fund, anything really, monthly over the next 30 years that they have that mortgage, that could turn into maybe $100,000, $200,000 just from that $100 to $200 a month that they're saving. So, you know, after a couple of years, maybe a year, 2 years, when they break even on the closing costs, everything else with the beauty of compound interest, if they invest it correctly, could really change their life. I just had a client who had a 2-family home in Jersey City, has a 2-family home in Jersey City, and she was able to refinance her mortgage and save about $500 a month on her payment. Now that's a no-brainer by itself. But sometimes there's still people that don't think it's worth it. Now what we're going to do with her is take that $500, start to pay down some other debts she had, like credit cards and things like that, where she might have $100 a month, maybe $150 in minimum payments on her credit cards, and then apply that whole $600-700 into an investment account for retirement. Now with a 8 to 10% average return on an S&P 500 since its inception, that money is going to turn into $1 million, maybe more, depending on when she retires. So, you know, loan officers and clients, if you're considering, you know, $100, $200 isn't much, and as a loan officer, you're like, yeah, they're right, or as a client, it just doesn't make sense, or even $400 or $500, you have to consider, if you handle that money correctly, what it could do for your life. And this is really life-changing stuff. So, you know, aside from applying the savings back into your mortgage and paying it off faster, you know, with rates where they are now in the low 3%, maybe even 4% is historically low because rates are rising, you're still going to be able to invest that money and make more than by paying off your mortgage faster with, you know, the historical returns of the market. And when you consider that, it's almost a no-brainer for everyone to refinance their mortgage, save whatever they can, and invest it. Because you're not changing your monthly bills, right? You're still making, if your payment was $2,000 and we refinance it down to $1,800 or $1,900 and you invest the difference, your monthly bills aren't changing, but you're setting yourself up for your future and you're paying yourself first. So definitely consider it. Talk to your loan officer about it if you have one. If you don't have one, feel free to reach out to me for sure with any questions. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.